Hello all and welcome. In this video I want to talk about what Buddhists should know about Nirvana. First of all, to confirm what Siddhartha Gautama said, the person known as the Buddha. Yes, it is indeed the end of suffering, but not in this life. Having realized Nirvana, one can and will still suffer in this life. Here is how we will approach Nirvana in this video. The end of suffering, heaven and the next life. To realize Nirvana, one has to give up freedom. Nirvana as the 64th chakra, realizing beyond Nirvana. Okay, 1. So let's talk about Nirvana as the end of suffering. If one realizes Nirvana and looks within, one will get the realization that indeed it is the end of suffering. But as a Buddha in this life, one will still suffer, one will still experience pain, and one can feel bad. On the way to Nirvana, one can let go to the attachment of ego. This is just a small step. One will learn to surrender one's spirit, and one will realize attachment to ego, the outcomes, to control, is not the necessary way of living, so one can move beyond this, and beyond attachments to the past. But this in itself is just part of the way of becoming a Buddha. The moment one realizes Nirvana is the moment one becomes a Buddha. This is different from realizing the seventh chakra and feeling enlightened. Moving energies from the third eye chakra up to the seventh chakra by making the jump, and having realized this seventh chakra, one will start to think of the divine. One can get thoughts one is enlightened, but it is not the sense of being as enlightened as a Buddha is. 2. The realization of Nirvana is the realization of heaven, the Christian heaven. That is what one will come to know upon getting to know the energy of Nirvana, the beyond beautiful city with its golden streets, the end of suffering as promised in the Bible. So the next life is a life one could spend in heaven. To get to heaven, one has to accept Jesus Christ as their Savior. 3. To realize Nirvana, one has to give up freedom. Freedom is the realization before Nirvana. The so deeply important feeling of freedom for every man can be realized as an energy. The feeling of I can go anywhere. The feeling of I am unrestrained. The feeling of nothing holding you back and the openness before you. And one has to give up on this. One needs the next realization, so surrender your freedom. Give up on the path and let the next step take you into Nirvana. Keep realizing, but abandon your thought of becoming a Buddha. When one has totally given up on this, realization of Nirvana won't be far away. In fact, it's just the next step, but you have to be willing to let go. 4. So Nirvana is realized as the 64th main chakra. I mean this as the first red root chakra being 1, the second orange one being 2, etc. Freedom is 63, and Nirvana is the 64th main chakra counting up from the root. 5. Buddha was wrong when he said Nirvana is the highest realization. Yes, in a sense, it is the last realization or the last chakra being realized straight up from the root. But one can start to look deeply inside, go up from the root chakra to the 64th Nirvana chakra, and realize the energy inward. Then the next realization is that of the chakra of God. Yes, the Christian God. And one will realize that this is the actual highest realization. And moving the energy downward from the God chakra, one will find the energy center for Jesus. If one instead realizes up from the God chakra, it does not mean higher, as God is realized as the highest. But going up nonetheless, one can find centers for all seeing and all powerful. One can get to know the energy centers for parallel universes, etc. These are in the crown of God. These are beyond the realization of God and up from there, but not higher. So that's it. In summary, I want Buddhists to know the following. Nirvana is heaven, and inside heaven is God, who is the Father of Jesus Christ, who can be realized below him. Thank you for watching.